Are you confused by the market? It goes up, it goes down. We were down like 2% this morning. Now we're up again. And it seems to happen every single day. Utter unpredictability. Well, this is about to end. That's my call on this. And I'll explain to you why. I'll show you the facts and the figures and the charts so you can judge for yourself whether this scarf wearing chap has lost his marbles or not. Before we do that, you want to look at some really terrible stocks. UBS has got 9 of them for you. Why on earth would you want to do that? Because I think it's very useful to look at stuff and look at what numbers are good, what numbers are bad. I've highlighted in red all the numbers that I think are terrible. Love to hear what you think of them. Go to felixfriends.org/UBS9, felixfriends.org/UBS9. Download that. It's free. And it's not financial advice. No, it isn't. It's Taluda's advice. My cat does all the research around here. So, take it for what it is. So what are we looking at here? Before we get into the real nitty gritty, have a quick look at the SPX today. Up and down, kind of mad. Long tails on the candle in both directions. Market can't decide which way to go. Now, if the market goes above the 20-day moving average here, that's about 3,820 or something like that, you might get a further rally, a buy signal. But I'm going to tell you why there is very little reason for there to be a buy signal. Now, where do we start this off? This is what we were looking at a couple of days ago. Total put volumes were at a record. High put volumes mean the market is either thinking the world's about to end or everybody's hedging their positions because they're freaked out and they want to lock in there and secure their positions. So again, kind of thinking the world's going to end. Typically, when put volumes are at record levels, markets tend to bottom. But this video is not really aiming to call the market bottom because it's a futile exercise. It's kind of who cares. If you're trading, you can make money either way. If you're a long-term stock investor, you don't really need to find the market bottom, or you can't. So you might as well buy near the market bottom. So what are we looking at the moment? We're looking at a whopping number of puts again here. Huge amount of trading. People are trading indices and ETFs. Why? Because individual stocks have become super risky. That's what we've been talking about the last couple of weeks on all the coaching calls. That's the way we're shifting, and that's where we have shifted with our trading setup. So it's important to understand that the money is moving into indices and ETFs. It's moving away from specific stocks. So it's kind of like, who gets all the money? Well, the Apples, the Microsofts, and so on. And that's worked pretty well. We are up 104% on the portfolio, but that's not really what this video is about. But I like to show it to you for transparency. You see it every single day. You see what's going on here. Now, why are things about to end in a good way? Okay, a VIX is fear index, right? But it's also telling you how much is the market going to move every day over the next month. The VIX at the moment is at 28, 29. If you divide that by roughly 16, then you get, what do you get? You get a 1.75% movement up or down every single day on the S&P. Is that right? Well, today we are, let me measure. What's the movement up? What's the movement down? Today we did about 2.5%. So we've kind of exceeded that. Yesterday, similar. We're doing more than what the VIX is predicting. Why? Because the VIX has been a curve that looked like this the last few days, which means the future is more uncertain than the present. Sorry, the other way around. The present is more uncertain than the future, which it shouldn't be, because it's easier to predict what's happening this week than what's happening in 6 months' time. A normal, happy, well-fed VIX curve looks like this, where the future, which is over here, this is the future, this is the now. The future is less certain than the now. And that kind of makes sense, right? Because you don't know what the heck's going to happen in May 2023, which is that number here. So it's starting to look like that again. Okay, December, we still have this kind of freakishness, possibly because a lot of people are thinking that's the time when rate decisions change. But we're moving in the right direction. We are moving towards the usual kind of VIX curve. We're no longer completely inverted, and that's a good thing. That indicates the market is looking to become a bit more settled, a bit more rational, a little bit less high. At the same time, I just got an email today from the Fed. Yep, they sent me email. They're lovely. Chicago Fed. Financial conditions are tightening, they're worsening. Why on earth is that a good thing? This going up is tight, right up here is tight, down here is easy. Now, that was the big C, the big COVID. So we're heading in that direction, and that's good. Why? It gives the Fed a sense of achievement. They are like small children. You need to give them something and say, look, you did this. You did something, good job, now back off. That's kind of where they need to get to. So this is positive from the market point of view. So what are we getting? Well, we're getting tighter financial conditions. We're getting an improving volatility setup. We're getting less insane put volumes, and all of that packaged together means markets should begin to become a bit more predictable. But there is no reason that I can see from any data for a rally. Just cannot see it. Nothing fundamental there. So we've got still higher interest rates. We've got a tight labor market. I know it's improved a little bit, but it's still very, very tight. We've got a strong dollar, which means lower earnings for the big boys, your Microsofts, your Netflix, and so on. So what's really changing? There is nothing as yet to give us a fundamental change, but the market looks like it might be becoming a little bit less schizophrenic. It might be taking its meds a little bit more predictably, and therefore trading will become a little bit easier, which is nice. And given with the super high put volume record that we had last week here, about $250 billion had to be basically covered after all those puts expired. So that short squeeze is kind of out of the way now. There isn't really that impetus. So now it just moves all on momentum. So watch out for momentum. If you want to watch out for some momentum indicators, there are plenty of them. RSI and so on. You can look at all of these and watch that. If you want to keep up to date with that, well, you know what to do. Just hit the subscribe button and I keep you up to date with it every day. If you want to learn how on earth I made 104% returns this year, then check out felixfriends.org/coaching. That's where I teach people with at least a 5-figure portfolio directly how we do it. We use options, but we use a protocol, a strategy that I've developed over many years that actually allows people with retail trades, retail-sized portfolios to make money consistently, especially when they're wrong, because we are all wrong. So if you set up these trades that are like binary, black or white, you win, you lose, you're going to lose half the time. Your losses will be bigger than your gains. It'll suck to trade options that way. We don't do that. We make sure we make money even when we are wrong. And that's really the key. That's the strategy here. It's one of the sort of more simpler components of it. So if you want to learn how we do that, check out felixfriends.org/coaching, have a chat with us. If you're not quite there yet with the 5 figures, you're super, super welcome. And I want to encourage you more than anybody to keep doing what you're doing and to keep investing and saving and smarting yourself up. And we have a program which is built just for you, the Master Options program. It's 100 lessons plus pre-recorded lectures, which guides you through the whole strategy, everything you need to know. You see me trade live every week. So you are really, really part of this community. You're the core of it. And we also answer all your questions every day and in live chats and so on. So huge amount of support in there that gets you to your target. Freedom is the coupon code. felixfriends.org/options is the link. Check it out before that coupon code expires at the end of the week. And I want to say thank you for watching. Thanks for having that desire to become a better, smarter investor. This is what's going to get you there. No one else is going to do it for you. You have to pull yourself out of whatever you are in and wherever you want to get to yourself. But we can help tremendously. So that's really the whole purpose, the whole mission of this channel is to get you there. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And I hope to see you on the next one.